want to bring in Air Marshal Khosla on the escalation ladder. And Air Marshal, when you see 155mm howitzers being used perhaps for the first time since that Ramzan ceasefire along the line of control, how serious is that escalation, and do you see this escalation go even higher, and how much higher, Air Marshal?
Yeah, you listed out, you said 44 levels of escalation out of the, I'm not sure how is that calculated, but, those are military escalation, smaller rungs. But if you take a broader picture, escalation involves a lot of things. There's a multi-domain, as you said, warfare, and it's not only military, it is economic as well as, diplomatic. So all sort of efforts. The escalation ladder, when you take, it becomes a much bigger ladder. And the bottom line is, this time the civilians were attacked in the terrorist attack at Pahalgam. So India's patience has totally run out. And this time, to my mind, the country is ready to escalate to whatever level the adversary wants to go. And we'll not only match it, we'll go maybe 1 or 2 notches higher. That's sentiments at the moment. So as far as escalation is concerned, I think if it is required, so be it. That is the attitude I think will be there, because these things are continuing even after, a lot of repeated warnings and repeated attacks. There's still those support to the terrorists are continuing. So escalation, if required, I think the country and the countrymen are ready for it to whatever extent adversary wants.
Oh, absolutely. These 44 levels of escalation is that Herman Khan's 44 level of escalation in thermonuclear warfare. And now that we've reached a stage, Sandeep, where you've come to area weapons, or you've come to 155mm howitzers being used, but you've also seen employment of air power, and not just employment of air power. You've actually seen MDO already at a level, multi-domain operations. Your army, your navy, your air force, your P8Is, your AWACS, all of them have already been employed. Perhaps even your satellites to keep an eye on the adversary.
Absolutely, Gaurav. And this is what we're talking about here. Escalation dominance is the buzzword right now, because India wants to establish completely encircle Pakistan to ensure that it has no options to climb up that escalation ladder, to ensure that we are fully prepared for whatever Pakistan throws at us next. We will tell them that whatever they throw at us, we can go one step above that. And that is for Pakistan. That is for GHQ Rawalpindi to understand. It is for them to digest that message that escalation dominance has been established. And it is for them to, whether they want to climb up that ladder, go up 1 or 2 notches high, or just keep it at where it is right now, Gaurav.
Because the Prime Minister, the name Operation Sindoor, it has a deep meaning, significance and resonance. Because what the Pakistanis were doing was striking at the core of our belief. If there are people who are Hindus and they are singled out and targeted and killed because they are Hindus in 21st century India by radical Islamist terrorists who've come from across the line of control. Are they trying to send across that message that radical Islamists will target us in our own country? And that is why the name Air Marshal Khosla, the name Operation Sindoor, that will protect the honor of that Sindoor, will hit back, will hit hard, and will hit to deter a retaliation. There may still be a retaliation, but this is also striking at the core of the Pakistani radical Islamist ideology, Air Marshal Khosla, when you target them at Muridke and Bahawalpur.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, you're talking about the name. The Balakot time, the operation name was Operation Bandar, and there's a difference between that operation and this. The surprise, the tactical, in spite of being alert, that surprise was achieved by total secrecy and doing normal things, which we continue doing. And that is why a very name which was given was which cannot be connected with what we are going to do. But this time it's a different story. This time the Operation Sindoor indicates that yes, what the terrorists did, we are taking revenge for that, and openly. And also the difference is last time, it was total tactical surprise by not letting anyone know. This time the whole country announced that we are going to do civil defense on 7th. So that was actually a sort of announcement that, yeah, we are going to do something. So that is a big difference. Just 30 seconds on escalation ladder we talked about earlier. So what I'm trying to say is that our war endurance, our economic endurance is much higher. In case they want to go on the escalation ladder, so be it. I think we will outlast them in every aspect, and it will be detrimental to both the countries, but much more harmful to Pakistan than India.